Today we'll be demonstrating the Surveys module within QDCMS. We will be using the franchise application interview on the JBF sales site as our demonstration. So once you're in QDCMS and you've selected your site, click Content and then Surveys. This lists the surveys. Here we have two, Test and Interview. We're going to select Interview because that's the one we're going to work on today. Once I've selected an existing survey that already exists, I can edit the name of that survey. I can create a start time and an end time, as well as a maximum number of people who are allowed to take advantage of this survey. Here on the right column, we see the survey questions listed. Each question is a link that allows us to edit that question and information about that question. Underneath each question, we see the total votes for each particular answer. For instance, here we have a survey question that asks, have you or your spouse, if married, ever been involved in any lawsuits or legal action? We have the responses of yes and no. No has 20 votes and yes has 0 votes. You can go on down and see all of the different questions for this survey. When we're ready to add a question to the survey, we'll click the Add Questions button. Here we write our question for the survey. Underneath the text box where we can write our question, we have two options. Allow multiple answers for this question, and textual answer may be required. If we select Allow multiple answers for this question, when we go to create our answers, we can allow those to be checkboxes rather than radio buttons on the actual form. I'll demonstrate that here in just a moment. The textual answer allows a text field to be associated with this question so that people can have a free flow response by just writing whatever text that they want. Once we click on a question, we can edit that question here in this text box. We can also select to allow multiple answers for this question. Textual answer may be required. We can also disable this question so that it stays associated with the survey and all of the data of people who previously filled out this question remain intact, but it won't show up on the survey on the site after we disable it. Here on the right column, we see any answer choices that we've created in regards to this question. Here we have two, yes and no. We can always add additional answer choices by clicking the Add Answer choice. Here we just type our answer choice. We could type the word maybe and hit Submit, and now we have 3 answer choices. Let's go back to the survey by clicking the Show Edit Survey and going back to the interview. Now let's talk about sorting questions. As you add questions, they'll be added to the bottom of the survey. But if you need to rearrange those questions, you can click Sort Questions. This provides you with a simple drag and drop interface. Allows you to click on a question and drag it to anywhere within the survey that you want it to appear. It automatically saves the changes, and we can see those changes in effect when we go to the website. The View Survey tab allows us to view the results for the people who have filled out the survey. Here we have a drop-down of all of the people who have filled out the survey. If we select this person, we can see their responses. The database stores these responses indefinitely. So here we can see that Ruth hasn't filled out these questions that were added later in the process. In the case of the JBF franchise application, she's able to go back in, logging back into the application process, and complete the survey and resubmit her application. Each person that fills out the franchise application survey is also added to the address book. They're put in a particular group, as we see here. That's it for surveys within QDCMS.